How's it going, guys? Welcome to the channel.
Testing, testing.
I got
1,
yours,
2.
Hollis.
Testing. Testing.
So our test sound check went well. However, we had an issue with the recording. We still had our scratch track available, so apologies for the crappy audio, but we thought it was better to have it instead of not having an episode. So enjoy.
Welcome back, everybody. This is FLEXCAST, episode number 31, and we have a guest. We have Nick, the cameraman. Cameraman Nick. Nick Hazelwood.
Call him by his name. He's a human being. That's my comment.
How's it going, guys? What's going on?
And we, of course, also have Harrison Neville, Steve the motherfucking gamer, and me, Haas.
No.
So if you don't know, Nick is the cameraman for Harrison Neville and also the cameraman for Blake Yarbrough.
Yes, sir.
So Nick and Blake have been doing some cool shit. Nick and Harry go way back. And Nick has been present for a number of FLEXCasts, but he's a little shy.
His hair wasn't.
His hair wasn't right, and he wanted to get a haircut, and then he still didn't get a
I
haircut.
just need to put some contacts in, but decided I didn't to not get the haircut. So
You look wonderful.
I like it. I like trying different things.
In the beanie.
How many times?
He remember in the summer he's wearing fucking shorts
I meant to
and
tell
t-shirts
you.
with beanies.
Yes, sweat my ass off. So I meant to tell you, I wore this beanie just for you because this is my most rare Supreme beanie.
Oh,
I'm always wearing the same two, but this is my rare one.
you wear that blue one all the time.
Yeah, I broke this one out just for you.
Wow. Thank you.
Have you ever washed any of them?
No. Actually, I do.
He was just talking about how
the two
sweaty
I wear
he
all the
goes.
time, bro. The two I wear all the time are always getting washed.
Oh,
but
gross.
this one, I've never washed this one.
Nice. That's great for resale. You're never gonna sell that
I'm
one.
selling.
You're never gonna sell that one,
Nah, this is my snowboarding one, just for snowboarding when I go to the slopes
or for FLEXCasting.
or FLEXCast.
Have you ever snowboarded in it?
Have I snowboarded in this? A bunch. I love it. Keeps my head nice and warm, especially out in snowshoe when it's like -18.
All right. Well, thanks for the hat story. Appreciate it.
That was random, but
All right, so updates since it's been actually 2 weeks since we were last recording. And Harry got some new wheels in the Porsche. And
got COVID again.
Steve got COVID again. For an 18th time.
Oh my god.
But
I'm
no,
saying that's
actually,
the wrong person.
Steve, do you have your car today?
Yeah, I do.
Wait.
Oh, I didn't drive it here. Oh,
You don't have a GTR again. Oh, okay.
Wait. I just didn't drive it here.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
See, now he doesn't want to be made fun of all
No,
the time.
more like the G is more like a daily right now compared to the way the GTR is.
Weren't you just saying you need a new daily?
I might. Yeah, I might.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be looking for it, but yeah.
You said you were
Definitely.
testing out the GTR last night?
That thing is. Yeah.
In Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down the street.
So Nick
go
knows a
for
little
it, dude.
something about cars.
A little bit.
So Nick basically is a hometown Atlanta Alpharetta boy, and spent a lot of time at the lake. The gas docks, his first job that he loved a lot.
That
Clearing
was
out the septic tank.
my main. That was like my last main
Summer
like,
job.
real job.
And a professional race car driver for many years.
Definitely.
And now cameraman, which is funny because when you were professionally racing, Harrison was your camera guy for most of the stuff, right? And
He's
now,
making me look good.
yeah, exactly. And now you're giving it back.
It's crazy. How it went full circle is nuts. Like when it all started, we were both in the cars. Like
So
we
when
met-
did you guys meet? How old were you?
So I can't remember. Dude, we had to have been like 10 to 12 years old. Let's just say 10 to 12, around middle school age, and then like it just evolved over the years. We started spending so much more time together, and we really like started realizing that all of our interests are like exactly the same. We're into all of the same stuff. The car stuff evolved, and then it was like, this is the perfect thing.
What were you guys into when you were 10 or 12?
Okay, well, I would be at his place just 24/7 watching this dude trick shot on terminal on Xbox. Just like
All
my
right.
man was
He's trying to get a phase.
phase.
Trying to get
And I was like
paid for
on
a
him
spot in
though.
their
I would
sub box
watch
back in
him.
the day.
You
I
did.
paid $20 to get in their sub box, and I got like 100 subs from it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was worth it.
On the Harrison Neville channel or a different one?
No,
Yeah.
But I had
Have you
his
deleted
back.
that channel since?
Oh my god.
I've had his back since then. Like I was watching him doing the trick shots.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, like I was still racing, but the perfect opportunity was like all the traveling and the time. It was like, let's just bring Harry along. Like he's really good at filming. and editing and making stuff look good. So
Did you guys live nearby or go to the same school?
we lived in the same neighborhood.
I
We
picked
could-
him up to go to school every day.
Yeah. It was,
Oh, okay. What, when you were 12 driving?
No, I was
No,
in high school.
Oh, okay.
So
So
he
you
was
fast forwarded like 5 years.
he was a
older.
junior when I was a
Oh,
freshman
good.
and then a senior. But we had 2 years of high school together. We rode to school basically every year that I didn't have my license.
Wait, you said he was a junior and you were a senior?
Yeah,
So you're
he
one-
was a junior and I was a freshman.
Oh, okay. So you were 2 years ahead.
Mhm.
So the 2 years that you were out and you were at what, Kennesaw?
Mhm.
Yeah. What was that like for you?
It was a little different. So our friendship like was still strong, but we went from being together like a lot to not together
You're a high
very
school
much
kid,
at
he was a
all.
college
Like,
boy.
I ended up getting in a relationship and I was with
Then
my
I didn't
girlfriend
see
all
him
the
for
time
fucking
and
3
he
years.
was like he was off
Did she
doing
use
his
sheets?
thing. Huh?
Did she use sheets?
No, she's not a sheets girl. But
Inside joke, guys. Sorry.
after that, it's like that ended, whatever. But all of a sudden, I got a phone call from this guy, and it's like, "Hey, man, we haven't hung out in a
So
while."
wait, this is while you were still in high school?
No,
Or-
this is
wait,
after.
he's talking about after he had the girlfriend, we disconnected, and
Yeah.
then we.
So this is
You
connected.
guys fast forward through time so quickly. I can't follow. Okay. All right. So this
We're
is
not asking for.
So now you're. I need a chronological
Well, let's
explanation.
just say we fast forward past through all the relationship, whatever, and now we get to about 3 years ago.
So
Let's
you were
say two
pussy
and a
for a
half.
little while.
Yes.
Yeah.
1,000,000%.
I get the code.
100,000%. Yo, easy. But then
It's all right. You're
next
in high
thing you
school, I
know,
get it.
finally, like that's over. We get through whatever. I get a phone call from him probably about 2.5, 3 years ago. Next thing I know, I'm spending the night on his couch for like 2 weeks straight. I filmed like 2 or 3 videos with him, and it's like, all right, let's see how we can like do this.
So at what point in like how many subs were you when you brought Nick on?
Like
we had,
half
like,
a million.
400,000 or 500,000.
Okay, so you were well on your way.
It
You're
was
like, I
half
want
a million.
to, I want to jack this up.
It was under. It was like 50 or 60 million views too.
Well, so what happened in that time was he slept on the couch for like 2 weeks, and then Sophie was graduating, and we were gonna move in together, and I had got a place for us, but I still was gonna have the current apartment that he was sleeping at for another 2 months. I just got a place early, and so I basically set it up to where he would film for, like, I said, hey, do you want to film for me for 2 months? We'll do however many hours you do. We'll pay for the rent, or I'll give you like a cheaper rent. It'll pay for that portion of the rent. Whatever you work over this, I'll pay you for.
So
But
you have to actually exchange money. It's more like credit for
at
time.
first, yeah. So that 2 months, and let's see how it works. And then it worked out. And then ended up we extended that with at least another month. And
Yeah,
then
something
I was,
happened with the trying to do the 60 days. I
Yeah.
ended up getting another month there, so it was like
They
it
didn't
hurt
cancel
him,
it
but
when
it helped me out with working with you.
yeah. And then basically it was going so well that I was like, let's move you out to Buckhead. And so
Where were you living out for at the time?
Yeah, I was living still at home.
Yeah, he's still living home. So I was like, let's move you out to Buckhead, and you can move in with the buddy that still had that other place. You guys can move in together. And then they did that. So they've been living together up until now, and then he just got a place with his brother.
Yeah, just moved in with my little brother. Love my new place. Super modern. Like
And
Yeah,
we,
it's right across the street from my old office.
yeah.
Yeah.
and we have
really
to
happy
say
about it.
the other aspect, our buddy Alex, who we lived with, was also, I knew Alex
Yeah,
first.
Alex was in a video with us
Yeah.
where we did golfing.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's in my
and
video.
I knew him longer than Nick, and he connected Nick and I.
Ah,
Yeah,
like
me and
that-
Alex became friends back in. We met in kindergarten. So we
Really?
were 5 years old. We met, and then the crazy thing is, it took probably 3 or 4 years for us to then find out that we were actually born on the exact same day in the same
You and Alex?
hospital. And
No
he's
way.
like 2 hours older than me.
wow. Older than I.
Crazy, older than I am.
Don't apologize. Don't apologize.
Awesome.
Oh, fuck.
Austin, one thing I said to Haas the other day was funny. We were in the car after Road Atlanta, and I was like, "You are really hard to explain things to because you always have to. You always say something back. Like you always have something ready, and it's like you have to think about what you're saying to this guy
Mhm.
because he's
But-
just gonna say something back.
We were friends with our buddy Alex. We were like all close, but
Alex Levetto. He's
Levito.
in Levito? Yeah.
He
okay.
didn't share the like car, like he liked cars. We didn't share like the car aspect like Nick and I did. Like
Yeah.
I grew up watching every car movie and loving cars and have posters on my wall. And Nick was the same way. And so then
Have you been
eventually,
kind of cars 1, 2, and 3?
No.
Oh man,
I was
their
looking-
cars
Actually, they're pretty good.
Okay, I
Three-
didn't know about
the thing
animated
is,
film.
3
They're
was
pretty good.
amazing.
You're a dad.
until-
That's why you say that.
until
No,
they ruined it at
before
the
I had children, I watched them. They're fucking excellent.
3.
Thank you,
They
Nick.
ruined 3 at the
But
end.
still, they were
One is
solid.
not bad, but I don't.
really good movies.
I would
They're
rather
good
go watch
movies,
Fast,
exactly.
Too Fast and Furious than Cars 1.
Do you know why they're so
Oh.
solid? They're so.
Oh,
Come on, pick.
Too Fast and Furious was Tyrese.
That was 2. Oh, yeah, it's Too Fast and Furious.
Yeah,
I was thinking Fast and Furious, but
But
yeah.
the solid thing about the Cars movies is because kids need that. We need more stuff with cars for kids. Like kids really aren't getting into cars as much as they used to.
Mater.
Oh yeah.
That's true. Steve, did you watch the car movie? The Disney ones?
Yeah.
What'd you think? I mean, Steve watches every movie in
He's
existence.
hasn't seen
Like,
Fast and Furious because the GTR is a big car in that series.
I was not even. No, I was way.
You didn't watch it?
That. No, I mean I watched. Fast
Steve
and
has watched.
Furious.
Seriously, Steve has watched every movie you've ever heard of. Like, I asked about
It's
some
because
random.
of
Oh
my
yeah, I saw
dad.
that. Oh, I saw that.
My dad.
What
was
about
the
Red
reason.
Line?
Oh, Red Line.
Red Line.
Red
for
Line.
sure.
That was
That's a
solid.
good
That was a bust down movie. That was really good.
That was one of those DVDs like you had.
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah,
That's
you throw it
Wait, was Red Line the one with Charlie Sheen? What was that one?
No, Red Line was the one with like a bunch of off actors, kind of.
Oh, I don't think
Weird.
I'm thinking of a
Yeah, it was
different.
weird, but there were some good cars.
I'm thinking of the wrong movie. Then what's the movie with? He's in an E36 M3, and it's a red one, and it's Charlie Sheen.
Oh, that's the kidnapping movie.
Yeah,
I know.
and then
which
they
one
like
is
fall in love. He kidnaps his girl, and then
Yeah.
they bang in the car while he's driving. And
that. Yeah.
Cops are fucking.
I mean,
They were
yeah,
chasing him
sounds
the
like
whole
anything.
It's solid. It's great.
Sounds like Charlie
It's
Sheen.
great.
I mean, anything recent cars. That's
By
not-
winning.
You know, Baby Driver. Baby
Yeah. That was filmed here.
That's a good one.
That was filmed here.
Fantastic movie.
They don't do enough car movies though, like
No.
that because the hard thing. This is a random rant, but the hard
It's
thing about it
FLEXCAST,
is one,
right.
Fast and Furious has kind of veered so far off the actual car scene that
I
it's
know.
not
Such
cars
a
and like
It's crazy.
I've gone back and watched all the originals and it's like so in tune with the car scene, like and how we see it. We go to car meets and we know how it is.
Yeah.
Movies aren't like that. And
And Fast and Furious. I mean, yeah, I get it. Like the franchise now is an action franchise, and
Yeah.
it's like they're in space saving the world. Like, what the fuck? Really?
No,
Up to
we went
three.
from
After
ripping
3,
off
it was
semi
fun.
trucks for electronics
Yeah.
and illegally selling them in Honda Civics
get
like
parts
a
for your
badass
car.
to now we're in a spaceship shooting lasers at
We're
each
on
other
a 4,000
on a runway
mile
that's
long runway.
50,000
So
miles long, bro. Oh
crashing
my
crashing
God.
cars into jets. You know.
I
Like,
stopped after 4, so I don't know.
really?
After the
Yeah.
3 was like
I've still seen them all.
It went from
yeah, I've seen
I'm
them all,
about
but
to
3 was
drive
the
my
last
lowered
good one.
Honda Civic underneath this trailer like a badass.
Hey, Paul Walker did it in the GTR too, which was like kind of that was cool.
That's
He had a
still
blue,
one of my
I
favorite.
agree.
blue
Yeah,
GTR.
that's pretty cool.
But I mean, the whole series, I've watched when I like detail my cars. I'm gonna throw all of them on just in order. Like over like 2 weeks, the past like month, I've watched all of them again. And after like 4, I started to lose interest because I'm like,
But wait.
Tokyo Drift.
What
though.
I was just about to ask.
Tokyo
What you
Drift,
think about
though.
Tokyo Drift?
Tokyo Drift is great.
Fantastic.
So I actually hated it when I first saw it, and now looking back, I'm like, you know what? It was decent.
It's fantastic.
I did not like the casting. That was my issue.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're gonna come back.
Yeah,
But they're coming back in the new movie apparently.
Really?
That
That actor has
You
nothing
gotta
else
admit,
to do.
like-
He played a football star in like Friday Night Lights or something like that, and
Oh,
then
that's crazy. The other day, remember that restaurant we went to when we saw 2 Chainz?
yeah,
Little Bow Wow was there the other day. I
Really?
was thinking about Fast and the Furious.
yeah. Is Bow Wow coming back?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What I don't like about the new movie is they pushed it back because of COVID. It was supposed to come out April last year.
The one with John
It's supposed
Cena.
to come out
now.
April this year.
Yeah.
And they pushed it back now till June, and it's in theaters only. It's like people don't want to go. Like I get people are gonna go to theaters more than they would a year ago, but it's like they would do so well if they release it electronically. Like they had previous releases under that network that did incredible. What is it, the Lorax or that one animated that's like the Dr. Seuss one,
Yeah, I think it's Laura.
something like that.
Trolls.
It did like Trolls. It did like 100 million in a day or something crazy, or electronically released. But they won't do it for Fast and Furious, and I'm like, they would make so much more money because I've had the idea like go rent a drive-in theater and have all the buddies go, and we all have like a car meet and watch the movie at a drive-in
I
theater.
feel like that's what
Would be
everybody
so
does,
insane.
though. Like
Yeah.
New York, you should have seen like the car scene. Everybody, like every car that was parked for the movie that night,
Yeah.
it was nice.
No, and that's the best part. I mean, I get it. You go to a movie theater and the release night and then all the cool cars. That's cool. But like a drive-in theater, I think would be even sicker. Like summertime.
I mean,
Yeah,
Fast,
that was
Fast
cool.
and Furious is legit, like the OG #1. But you remember that night we had at the Need for Speed premiere?
Need for Speed is a great movie too.
Which is also partially shot here.
Insane.
So They shot that. Yeah, they shot that here, and
that was the one with Aaron Paul, right?
Yes, and they released,
and Rami Malek, by the way, who I met.
Yeah, it was a great movie. So it was the new.
And that girl who looks like she's 12.
Yeah, the British girl.
Yeah, exactly.
The in that movie,
I didn't do that because that's so
okay,
that's so
okay,
bad.
Nick.
We ain't cutting that.
That's the movie that they released the new Mustang, and it was the red one they had showed in the movie.
Yeah.
First time released it, so
We all
they had a
pulled up in our
premiere
Mustangs.
at Atlantic Station, and I got invited because all my buddies were Mustang. I had a Mustang back then, so we got to go to the premiere. At the premiere, they had the new Mustang and the wide body from the movie out front, and then after it was the premiere, literally Aaron Paul was there, the whole cast was there. So after, they invited us to go eat pizza with Aaron Paul, so we went over to Westside Provisions and sat with Aaron Paul and ate pizza out of the back of his car.
How many people were there?
It was like 20, 30 people.
Really?
In his, so during that time, me and my buddies did a thing called the selfie challenge. It was like it was like a selfie challenge, but it was like a championship. Who can get the craziest selfies? So we got like I got like Larry Chen back then, who's with Hoonigan now, and I got Aaron Paul. But then I went over to Aaron Paul's wife and got a selfie with his wife, and then I posted on Twitter and I said, at Aaron Paul, hashtag Mr. Steal Your Girl. And I put like hashtag selfie championships. It was hilarious. But I thought she was hot back then, so I was like, I'm gonna go get a picture with his wife. Because she was just standing off the side, nobody cared. But
Nick didn't think she was hot. She didn't look
I think he didn't go to that part. I think he left after, and we like went over the thing. Because I don't think you were old enough. You had to be like 21 to go over there or something. I don't think you could go.
That was the one thing being friends with him is I always got held back for a little bit. Now it doesn't matter, obviously, being 24. But back then it was tough being a couple years younger, not being able to go to bars, not being able to, like, because I wasn't one to, like, get a fake ID. I don't know why. But,
you know, it's funny because when I was young, I would go to bars all the time, but I didn't drink. Like, I was underage, but I didn't drink anyway. Yeah. But I would still get in and, you know, find my way. And it never stopped me. It didn't stop Steve.
What were you doing there?
You know, hanging.
Oh, just hanging.
Doing what you do.
Chilling.
Hanging at the bar, not
just hanging out. Chilling. Well, I don't have to drink to enjoy myself. And I was meeting people, dancing.
I've realized now I don't either, which is fantastic.
I don't know what he's talking about.
They're not drinking to enjoy it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you meant the dancing part. I was like,
oh no, I definitely dance more too.
So so when did you stop drinking?
What was it? February? No, January.
The first week of January.
4th.
So
January
a few months
4th.
ago.
It'll be, so I guess next month on the 4th, it'll be 3 months.
Me and our buddy Blake and Max and Nick, we were all like, well, me, Blake, and Max were doing dry January because some people do it. I was doing
Max
it
is Blake's brother.
Yeah, I had acid reflux, so I was doing it because of that. And then Blake just wanted to get healthy. Nick, when we first approached him, kind of refused a little bit, and we were like, "Yo, come on, let's do this!" Like, and he wouldn't do it. And I was like, "Dude, if you can't give it up for a month, like, there's an issue there." And so then he like on his own came up to me and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna do this." And then it was a couple days later, and then he committed to it. And now he hasn't drank since.
And what have you seen the benefits from not drinking now?
It's like I could sit here and talk for hours about how insane the difference is that I've noticed, like in my body, how I feel, my mental, literally everything went from I thought that I was dependent and I needed that to kind of get through the loneliness and all the COVID bullshit, being at home alone all the time, whatever. And it was like, as soon as I stopped and got through that first week or two, I came back. It's like I just came back to how I am. I'm able to think about stuff more, be way more creative, way better with my work. Work ethic is way harder. To be on time to stuff, just like really, really just be in tune with myself versus just, I was just floating through my days.
So why do you think was the reason that like got you to then do it? Like, why did you make the decision? When they were like, hey, come do it, you're like, I don't know.
I just woke up I think what happened is they asked me to do it the day before, and I was like kind of mad about it, and I went really crazy that night. Like,
and then
really
the next morning,
crazy.
you're like,
I woke up the next morning and I was like, I cannot keep doing this to myself. I can't. And then from there on, like, I have not had a drink, and it's amazing.
So do you think that for you, it's like just not drinking in general is the best course?
Well, we have to say he was drinking a lot. It wasn't like he was like having a beer or two. It was like a lot of drinks, and so that's a little different than.
And
like,
it wasn't an all day thing either. It was like I'm gonna drink 10 at night, like almost or basically every night. Now it's like I want to stay sober until like kind of when I get heavy into going to the lake this summer, stuff like that, and then I'll have like a couple at the lake on the weekend.
And you think you can moderate that easily.
I think I can manage it. Now that I've seen the self-control that I've had by getting through like the cravings the first couple weeks after how much I was truly drinking, I know that if I keep it going for longer and then do just have a couple later on, I'll be fine. I'll be able to manage.
And you have to say the benefits of the weight loss. You said you've lost, what, 20 pounds?
Another thing, I've lost at least 25 pounds.
So that's why you feel good to come to the podcast now.
Oh, yeah. I'm not all pudged up, looking like... Because I wasn't meant to be that big. Just being real. Like, I'm not trying to say anything, but I really wasn't meant to be that big. And all the alcohol I was drinking, all the water retention, how puffy I was, like... I feel fantastic, and I'm proud of how I look now compared to how I did. Like, and I'm gonna keep that going.
Good.
There's even like and like we'll get too far into it, but even with our workflow, like there's different. It's like kind of like a better dynamic between Nick and I, because it's like I don't know what it was, but
I feel like I was really quiet.
Like, we didn't like talk much when we filmed and stuff, and it was just like there's something that was like kind of like there, I guess. And now like Nick shows up, and like, dude, I'm hyped, let's go. I'm so excited to film. Before, just be like, what up? And then we just like sit there. He's like, dude, I feel great today. I feel amazing.
Down bad. I was not in a good place, but now that I figured it out, it went from my mindset flipped. It was like, I think I need this, but I didn't need it at all. Now we're good. So,
yeah, that's good. Speaking of when you were filming, should we talk about the trade that we're going to be doing on the FLEXCAST?
I think we can talk about it here. There's not enough people that watch.
I agree,
because he's not saying anything to his viewer base until he literally is just going to be like, boom, I did it.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Okay.
So Nick came along to film when Harry and I went and got $20,000 in cash to go buy a Tesla.
Yep.
Yeah, Steve doesn't even know.
No, I
See,
don't
there's a Tesla in my garage.
Tesla.
Yeah.
And then
Haas,
the first thing he does on the test drive is curb the wheel with the
I did.
Turning out of the bank, he crushes the curb.
I was like, oh man. I looked at the guy. I was like, sorry.
So, all right, let me explain. I guess look at the backstory. I was tagged in a TikTok. There's a guy, his name's Isaiah Photo, who is doing a series of trying to trade a handful of sand up to a Tesla from Elon Musk.
So it's a popular concept. You know, it's the red paperclip, which was like 20 years ago, 15 years ago on Craigslist. This dude, I don't remember when it was happening. He was trying to get from a red paperclip to a Porsche, and he just traded a red paperclip for something or whatever, and he'd trade it up to a Porsche. And then at the end, he had everybody who had traded him come to a big event, and it was pretty cool. But it's been done many times.
Yeah.
But obviously, this guy was Isaiah Photo. He's doing it on TikTok, and it's blown up.
He took advantage of it on TikTok.
Yeah. So a whole new generation is not like, oh, this is fucking insane.
Yeah. And so
hundreds of millions of views.
He tagged me, so he's traded up, and what he has at this point is $20,000 in credit at a sneaker store in Los Angeles. Now, he had that for a couple months, I assume, and he reached out to like Logan Paul and all those people and tried to get them to do it, but then he realized like they weren't biting because I guess they don't want that, and so he shifted. And then I guess when you look up sneakers, I come up, and so he's like, let's go for him. Now for me, $20,000 in sneaker credit at a store, that's an easy video for me. Like even if it was alone, like
that's actually
easy.
low for you.
Yeah, it is. But so he hit me up and was like, hey, do you want to do this trade? Or he tagged me on a video because I guess I didn't see any messages, and so I kind of put it off for like 2-3 weeks. I was like, I've got too much I had so much going on.
You told me about it. I was like, let's fucking do it.
Yeah, and
let's do it.
I was in the process of the warehouse, and there's so much going on that I just couldn't focus on it. And then this past week, I was like, Haas, or when I got proposed to me, I was like, I can do this. I can just go buy this car cash. It's fine. So I was like, it would be fun maybe to bring Haas into it. We split the car, and then we like split the shoes, or like I'll buy him out of his portion of the shoes, whatever. Let's get Haas involved so he can get some content out of it too.
And also, I like to deal. I like to do deals.
Yeah.
Like that's
so
like
he
my
did
favorite
all the
thing.
deal stuff, but so we found
Dude, we got some value though.
So we found a Tesla with 175,000 miles, the highest mile Tesla that you can buy.
I actually reached out to a bunch of people, and for whatever reason it didn't work out, and I was going back and forth. But it basically got to the point where this guy had a very high mileage Tesla that mostly, it wasn't perfect by any means, but it's a nice car for $20,000. It's a really it's a Model S that totally works and everything, and it's not perfect, but it's a great value.
You could walk on the street and show people that car and say how much you think that cost, and
they'll be like $50,000,
yeah,
$60,000.
It looks even like
I washed it and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
I bet it
and
was
so
filthy.
Yeah.
now we own a Tesla, both of us, and he's flying here in a week and a half when I get my new studio, and we're going to take the car to the studio, and we're going to do the trade. And so I chose to trade him. I said, pick out $20,000 in shoes at the store and then fly them here, and it'll be a mystery box for me to see what I'm trading for the Tesla. So we got
Fun.
It's going to be but we got a Tesla now, and it's cool.
Then we got to figure out how we divvy up the sneakers.
I know. Haas is just going to be like, give me $10K back.
No, I want to try and just fuck up his videos. Like that's my goal in his videos. Is try to fuck
This
him
is
up.
what Haas tells me. Like, so when I end up with Haas on my own, somehow.
Oh
some way,
yeah,
when
and the
we're
videos that
filming,
we've
he's
done in the past, Nick's
he's
come
like,
with me.
Yo, how can we fuck up this? He's like, we gotta. And then next thing I know, we're in the Burger King drive-thru, in the Ventador revving.
Spilling milkshakes in Julian's car.
Literally.
That didn't happen. But yeah, you know, it's fun. I mean, I just get excited about doing videos in general. And honestly, for me as a pure extrovert, it's hard for me, which is good for you guys, Steve and Harrison. Like naturally, when you guys as introverts, you can do something by yourself, you know, do a video and you feel good about it. And by myself, I feel depressed, like about, like, I mean, I'm not depressed, but I don't have a lot of energy. I'm just like, But when I'm with other people or doing videos with people, like, it jacks me the fuck up. I get really excited, you know? So that's how I get my energy. And so when I'm doing a video with somebody, I feel like every one of my videos, I want to be collaboration because I get excited about it. Honestly, when I do vlogging, it's actually kind of boring for me. Like, it doesn't get my jollies out to vlog myself. So, I mean, I've considered doing a cameraman thing, and you helped interview a couple of my previous potential cameramen, and you know, because I felt like the dynamic, like you were talking about, the dynamic actually makes it into the content. Like,
Well,
if there's somebody else.
You bring that up, one thing that I've noticed with like the cameraman thing, a lot of people. So I've talked to a few other creators in the sneaker space and stuff like that, and they're like, "What's adding to your content? What's adding to your videos?" And what a lot of people
'cause most of them don't have
realize
them,
is
right.
that little bit of movement, instead of the camera being on the tripod,
Oh,
is
yeah.
like is that much.
It feels like I mean, I noticed it too, even
Now-
not knowing much about YouTube. I was like, you know, the movement back and forth, the in and out, down,
The zoom,
up,
just a
everything,
little
everything.
bit, just to keep
Yeah,
it
it
interesting.
makes it much more visually interesting than just a static. You know, it's like it becomes a talking head video. Like every sneaker video generally becomes a talking head video, and most people don't want to sit there and watch them talk.
No.
They just don't. It's not that interesting.
And well, I think a hard aspect of it too is that, like, sneaker people who maybe want a cameraman, it's like having a dynamic of somebody that you know for a while is different.
Yeah, I'm
because-
sure they don't have a lot of people who they've known since they were 10 years old. You know,
Yeah,
live
because-
our cameramen.
because like they don't, like, I can make a certain type of joke and Nick will pick up on like a zoom in on it or something, or like how I'm gonna like show it because he knows how I act. Whereas
I can
like
anticipate.
if you meet a new person who doesn't know how you, like, it's hard.
Well,
to
I feel like
vibe.
if you find the right person, it does over time.
Over
Like,
time,
you
yeah,
can get there.
When you take time with somebody, you'll get there. You just have to keep doing it and
So-
keep practicing.
Yeah, because at the beginning, like, there'll be things up, like, Nick will, like, accidentally, like, turn the camera off or something. I'll be, like, about to say a word again. And so there's things we work on because it's, like,
What
or,
the
like,
fuck, Nick? I'm
or,
still
like,
going.
one time he, like, said, like,
Yeah, I thought you were done.
Well, if
Like,
I'm sitting there holding the camera for 45 seconds and he's not talking, I'm like,
okay.
because sometimes I have to research something and I'm thinking it's going to be really quick. I'm going
He
to find
sits
a
on his
price.
phone,
And
he
then,
finds
then
this
it's
out.
not. And it's like, well,
And then he gets distracted. He starts texting.
no, I don't do any of that. When I'm filming, I'm in it. But, yeah, it happens.
So, Steve, obviously, you do a lot of screen capture in your videos, right? There's no need for a cameraman.
No.
But
Not right now, at least.
Right. However, yeah, you're not doing like IRL content really. So even that being said, do you find, because you do a lot of stuff, like I've played with you a couple times online, and you have a couple folks that you play with, DCP and others, and even CC. So do you find like it's a different interaction when you're working with other people, you know, playing?
It's completely different because it's like you don't feel like you're talking to the camera. That's why I've been like going toward live stream so much, since I can actually talk to the audience like right here, right there.
More interactive.
Yeah,
in
it's
general.
so much better, especially.
So
when
because
you know-
before it was like narrative, and then now it's more of an interaction.
Yeah.
And so how do you think people view that who weren't on the stream? but are watching it on VOD, like they're watching it after the fact, like the pre-recorded video of your stream.
Yeah.
How do you think? Because to them, it's the same thing as your narrative, except that they're interacting with somebody else.
Yeah.
But do you feel like they still get that interaction?
No, some people, the people that enjoy it the most is the people that were there, and they're like, "Oh my God!" At this point, that's when he gave me the shout out. Or that's when he was talking to me. Or that's when I answered that. Whatever that happened at that time. But
so it's basically a lot of viewers who are watching you stream are also coming back and watching the video again.
Yeah, new people, they will be like, "Oh man, I would love to catch that."
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you considering doing more IRL content?
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah, holding, just like you guys were saying, having a cameraman, it's a must. Because I try to do it myself so many ways. I watch myself just like holding the camera, walking around, and.
But you were doing vlogs with CC for a while, and those were doing well.
Yeah.
You guys just kind of stopped doing them.
I know.
And I think it's the editing. It's the editing that's like
the editing.
Vlog editing is such a bitch.
Oh my God.
It really is.
Yeah.
But yeah, you had the hand and stuff. Like people enjoyed your vlogs.
I think I still have content from last year. I still haven't edited. So
yeah.
That's why I was like, I just have to balance it in a way.
Yeah.
Eventually I will.
Fair enough. Makes sense. So, switching gears, what are you driving right now, Mr. Former Professional Race Car Driver?
I drive a. Do you want me to say it, or do you want me to say it how you want? You like it?
What?
It's a 2016 GT
Mustang Premium Performance Pack with Corsa axle backs and something long tube headers and a tune by.
So Mustang.
Yeah. 2016 GT Mustang.
There you go. There it is.
So Mustang.
But how he likes to say it is performance package Mustang with the manual option 6-speed with the Corsa Extreme axle back.
It's got Brembos. It's got full bolt-ons.
What?
It's got
I still love that car.
His car?
Yeah.
Have you heard it?
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
She screams.
Insanely loud.
That was goals because I used to drive a Mustang in high school too. So
really?
That was goals.
Am I the only one who never drove a Mustang and never wants to?
They're fun.
Well, I get to know
I stomped it in
to,
second last night with my buddy Blake in the car.
Oh, you drove? You drove?
Yeah.
For some reason, by the way, guys, Nick never drives. He makes me or Harry pick him up all the fucking time. He's like down the street, and like he's coming over. It's like, oh, well, I gotta go pick up Nick.
My 5-year-old
he can
come up on the way
just
here.
hit 30,000 miles, so that's a little nice.
Why? Is it like you don't want to? If you can't race, you're not gonna drive. Like,
okay, so I mean, my little brother put the same amount of miles my car has on it now in about a year and a half, and his is in the shop all the time. Mine never goes in the shop, so it's kind of
because you don't drive it.
Exactly.
Yeah. By the way, people,
what's the point of having a car if you don't drive?
You don't ever have to fix your car if you never drive one or don't have one. It's the same thing.
It's a good car though. I got it built right. Like it's a good car.
So you're gonna keep that for a while?
Actually, I mean,
He's had it for a while.
depending on how.
You said how long? 5 years?
I've had it for about 5 years now. So depending on how things
That is
go this year, this will probably be my last full year with the car.
I don't think I've ever had a car for 5 years in my life. Like, not even close.
It's just like I put so much money in that car. I got like 15 grand in it, plus the price of the car, all that. I've definitely enjoyed
Also,
it.
now
but
are like
it's-
rookie numbers, wheels.
Okay.
It's different when you're talking
yeah.
about that level.
It
Putting
it's
15 grand
different.
in a
I get you.
$40,000 car is like that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's just kind of silly,
yeah.
percentage-wise.
So
It's insane.
That's crazy because he sounds like me right now. That's why I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, it's also dumb when it's in the GTR. And by the way, the GTR never breaks. You drive your GTR as much as he drives his Mustang, but for different reasons. Because yours doesn't work and he just refuses to drive it. This last year, how many miles you put on the GTR?
Hey, blame it on Corona.
I'm just asking. I'm just curious. By the numbers. Fuck it. Let's talk about facts.
4 times. You couldn't drive it.
Let's talk about facts, Steve. How many miles did you put on the GTR?
500.
Okay, that's all right. How many miles did you put on your Mustang? More than that, right?
Wait, more than that 5,000 at least.
Wow.
So it's time for me. It's time for a Z06. I need a C7 Z06. I need that 650 horsepower, 650.
I mean, by the way, not a Corvette or Mustang fan. However, a Z06 is a great value. Like if you want a fast
most
fucking
comparable car to that GT3 that he has. Yes.
I don't know about that.
Well then,
I
have raced on Road Atlanta in C6 Z06.
So you're saying by time on a racetrack?
Yeah.
But that's not comparable.
No, I have raced in Z06s on a racetrack against his exact same Porsche.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. and
Porsche.
These are both the older cars, though.
And what? Yes, well, it's a C6
The old
V06
GT3 and
versus
the
an
old-
older G. versus
Okay,
a
all right,
GT3,
that's fair. The old ones,
but
yeah.
whooped
The
their
contemporaries.
ass. So the whole point, if you pay attention to any sort of GT racing or anything like that, it's Team Corvette versus Team Porsche.
Okay, but 0.00001% of human beings who own a fucking Corvette will ever race it. One. Two.
But you got to understand
Two.
the difference between me and whoever else is buying a Corvette.
Right, but it doesn't make it comparable.
I started
in any
racing
way.
Corvettes when I was 14 years old.
Okay, but in your mind, an Ariel Atom is comparable to a fucking Senna.
No, what?
Because they have the same track
Because they have the
time
same
on the
track times.
I'm talking about. All I'm talking about is driver. I'm talking about driver and car. I know me personally.
Yeah.
I can get in a Z06 and go out there.
So how do you measure? You measure it by time?
I'm gonna make his ass really work.
So how
to
do you
keep up
measure
with
a
me.
car for you? How do you measure that? Is it based on like
Well, I
time
just
around a
do-
track?
okay,
Is it
yeah.
horsepower? Is it feel? Is it what is it?
I mean, yeah. I'll just say like a lap around Road Atlanta. Like if you can do in the mid 20s around Road Atlanta.
That's a minute 20.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
minute and 25 seconds, let's say. That is a really good lap. That's a really good lap. And I don't care what car you're in. That's a fantastic lap.
Yeah.
So,
Fair enough. I agree. But I'm just attacking your initial statement that the GT3 and the Z06 are comparable.
they are.
They're not.
They
They're-
are, in my opinion.
You can say they're comparable at the track, but you,
Specifically in a
he is
0.00% ever.
Let me tell you. So he is
Tell
going
me.
to get through the turns. Let's say if he had the same amount of skill that I do.
Oh, I'm not saying you're
he
wrong.
could get through the turns.
Nick,
better
I'm not
than
saying
me
you're
for
wrong.
sure.
I'm just saying this whole track
But
thing
once we get to
is
the
irrelevant.
straightaway, he's not going to be anywhere near.
But
me.
that's irrelevant for like 99.999% of humans on the fucking planet. They don't give a shit because they're never gonna fucking do that.
Okay,
so it's not
I
comfortable.
apologize for the 99%, but that's how I think about it.
That's fair. I'm only asking you about your thoughts. That's fair. But that's why it's not comparable in any way as a car. As for Nick Hazelwood on the track, I understand what you're saying is comparable. I get it.
Yeah, well, I mean, just
But in
one more
life.
thing. For you to think about comparability, it is a real life thing where it is Team Corvette versus Team Porsche. 911 RSR versus C8
But again, that's the racing.
R. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole reason that exists is so they can sell cars in the factory.
Yeah.
That's what. Not
No.
really.
but Haas
Yes.
is saying like when people are going to
If they
buy a
don't sell a
GT3, they're
certain
not
amount of
also
cars,
thinking
they don't
about a
race.
Z06.
I get that.
When people are going to buy a GT3, most of them, their next option is not a Z06. It's probably something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost none of them are Z06
Yeah.
buyers or potential
I
buyers.
agree.
I mean,
That's
I
what
kinda
they comparable
understand
in the real world.
Okay.
coming from too, because it's like after yesterday, my car value went up. Like I could sell my car for over 150 now.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you
Because-
should do that.
Yeah,
you should
no.
do that.
Because
140. So just give it away, Steve.
I know.
Do it. If you think
It's
that's real,
because-
do it, Steve.
No, it's not. It's real because because it's TS2K. So there's
People
Team
are wanting
GTRs, there's Team Lamborghini. So you have UGR and you have everybody that builds GTR.
So basically, you're telling me you need to strike now and sell your fucking GTR right now.
yeah,
Sell it on
for
the
right
Texas
price.
2K
Sell it.
forums.
For the
On-
right
post it
Sell
on
it.
Texas 2K
For the right
forum.
price.
Sell it.
And I will
For the right
sell
price.
anybody who's interested in my Mustang 30K. You got it. Go on my Instagram. There's
Wait, is this the one you have 15K in? Is the cars with 15K and then the 15K in mods?
Cars
No, the
15.
car is not worth 15K.
Oh, I'm
my
confused.
God, yo.
The car is worth. The car is worth.
He got offered a
The car's
ridiculous
worth
trade-in at a,
28K, and I'm charging
No.
you 2 for the mods.
no. The car's worth like 27.
Oh, so without the mods.
6.
Without the mods. Without the mods.
No, I'm not going to take any of the mods off the car. You can have all the mods.
No, I'm saying
30
what's it worth without the mods? Like you're saying, it's
20
base.
worth
without the
7.
mods, 28,000.
All right.
In the heat of Corona and the price hike of the market, he got
Yeah.
offered like 20.
I got offered 27.8 for it.
In the heat of, but now it's gone down, so it's probably in like the 26 area. Because back then, that's when it was like they were trying
You
to buy
could buy
every
it,
used
yeah.
car.
With the mods, 28,000. I'll take it all day.
So all right, fair enough.
And then he won't drive a car for.
No, then I'll buy. Then I can afford the payments on it.
No, then you should
Because I
save.
own that
Then
car.
you should save $6,000 and buy a fucking Tesla for $20,000.
I will never. That's one thing.
Oh
I'm
my
glad you
God.
brought that up. You will not catch me ever owning an electric vehicle or driving.
I mean, I've owned multiple, but I don't love driving them. But there's a lot of value
There's a
and good
purpose
reasons
for it.
Yeah, there really are. Like I don't love electric cars, but there's a really good
No,
reason.
I'm not
a lot of
denying
times.
that there's not.
Like a
No,
Porsche
that's
Taycan?
I don't mean. I don't
The
mean
value is stupid though.
any.
Like $250,000 for a fucking electric
0 to
Porsche.
60 in 1.9.
That's fast. But when that's enjoyable, okay. But for $250,000, I'm not doing it just to get to 2 seconds real fast. Like I want a whole
You would
experience.
do that all the time.
I would. Yes,
You want
I
all day.
absolutely would. But I'm saying the whole experience is not what I don't get it from electric
The
car.
experience of a Taycan or the experience of an Aventador or an SVJ, it's nowhere near.
Totally agree.
Like
Yeah,
it's
but
not
that's
even
different
close.
price points.
But
It is
for the
different
SVJ.
points.
it's
price points.
well SVJs, but an Aventador isn't an Aventador or a Taycan.
But
It's the same
reliability.
price point.
But those are different buyers.
Right. Well, I mean, it's all personal. For me,
Like that's not a compare.
it's
like
not comparable because I would never buy a Taycan.
Okay, what would be comparable to like a Model X for you? Model X or
I had a
Model X.
Taycan.
okay, well, there's so many more cars that are more experienceful. Like even your Maserati.
Yeah, but so I had the electric Porsche. I had the Porsche that was electric,
yeah.
the Cayenne SE hybrid. It was a
Yeah.
plug-in electric and it was a Porsche, and it was a good car except for it had problems all the time with the electric stuff. So it was in the shop at Porsche all the time. We bought it brand new, and it still had problems. Like, and they had to replace the electric motor at some point. I mean, it's just a pain in my ass. And so the tech isn't there yet. But I'm not saying the Taycan. I mean, the Taycan
Wasn't
is
there. It's probably
yeah.
there now.
It probably is. I mean, they've come a long way, sure. But outside of that, so I still own them. I got a Tesla in my garage right now, right? I for what I like in cars, it doesn't deliver. Any electric car doesn't really deliver that for me. Period. Is there value in electric cars? Definitely. Are they super fast? Absolutely. Instant torque. That's fantastic.
There's no sound kills it.
Well, but there's been different versions that you can actually plug sound in. You can have the sound when you drive.
And a lot of cars do that. Like BMW M cars do that.
Yeah, the i8 does that too.
Yeah, a lot of cars do that.
Not a fan of fake noise.
If you like M3s, some of the M3s
It's
have
piped
that
in.
built
It's piped in into the cabin. Most people don't notice it. But it's pretty
I
good.
love your M3. Like I don't.
Is it
have to
piped in?
have
Your,
one.
yeah, I think it is.
No, I don't think it is in that one because it's not a premium.
Oh, it's only the premium one.
I think it's on a certain package.
They have this. So what it is, it's like this resonator tube that's like hooked up to the intake, and it's literally hooked up to the firewall, and that's like how they.
No. We're
from
saying
what
like,
I've seen in the past.
no. I'm saying no.
It's speaker
It's
sound.
actual speakers. They pipe
Oh.
in music. I mean, not music.
I've
It's
seen
exhaust
where they-
sound
I've
through your
seen where they
speakers.
literally pipe it in so you can hear it naturally through the firewall.
No, BMW
No.
literally puts it in the speakers.
Exactly.
as a
That's what we're
sound
talking
effect.
about.
Oh, that's what.
Like it's exactly. It's
But
fake,
a lot of
but it
every
sounds
modern
good. Like you
BMW
don't
does
really notice it, and it sounds really good, but it doesn't actually sound like that. It's
Just
outside
put
the
a louder
car.
exhaust.
I
on
don't
your
know
car.
why. I thought I drove a 458. I thought it was like that. For
The
a minute.
Ferrari.
Yeah, for a minute, because it's like not until you really get on it, it sounds
'cause
like
of vacuum
it
lines.
turn on.
Yeah,
the speaker.
because above 4,500. Remember, because of my
Yeah,
M10,
no,
I had
I know.
12.
It
You gotta-
just sound like it. It
Yeah.
just
My
sound like
Porsche does the same. Not anymore, but
How does your Porsche sound now with your fart can on the
Fantastic.
back?
sounds good. It's one more stage and then it's going to be full straight.
It's still not there yet.
But
Is it loud?
All right, so I'm gonna be honest.
He has not convinced me on any Porsche.
But I'm going to be
exhaust.
honest to the podcast. Probably within 6 months, I'm going to get an RS.
Oh my god.
He's
Well, I
already.
mean, if we're
I'm going to confirm this
But-
because he's been talking about it so much.
Well, I mean, you talked about it the day you bought it, but the fact that
you got
we've been,
bored of it already?
No, I'm getting the feel of Porsche with the GT3,
Yeah,
You really
but
want to race.
I'm racing this car and I'm taking it at the track. Not racing it, but I'm taking it
You
to the
need
track
that wing.
and I'm getting the feel of it. And so once I can get the feel of the car enough and like can push it to some more limits, then I want the true. I like the top of the line of the thing. I don't like to like skimp out and get the cheap version of the thing.
We
I want
talked
the
about this
full
a year
top
ago.
I
end.
understand how much that wing helps. That GT3 RS wing versus the
downforce
GT3 ring
on it, yeah.
is not even.
Well,
the
that
same
GT3
ballpark.
RS and the GT3 around the Nürburgring is 14 seconds faster.
Wow.
So it's
That might
Imagine-
is that's
That's so
20
much
football
time.
fields difference.
But I want to get a feel of this car first, and I need to find instead of like most of the time I'll be like, all right, I'll make the car work. I'm gonna have to find like the perfect car, which I already know. I've been looking. There's only one chalk GT3 RS for sale in the United States right now with 600 miles on it, 248,000. There's only one for sale in the U.S.
Jeez.
Everyone's keeping
it's
it.
gonna
Okay,
be
don't
hard.
do that. Just get a different one and wrap it.
I don't want to wrap at a car that price point. I don't want to wrap it.
Why?
I don't want to wrap the GT3 because
I wrap my
Paint-
F12.
The paint
it's-
on that car is gorgeous.
I don't know.
I wrap my F12.
I would do a
Just
black
full
or
clear
chalk or red.
People wrap Aventadors all the time.
Black chalk or red is what I want to do. I want to keep it paint because I think the paint looks so boring. Red's
every
not.
Porsche.
Red looks good, but I want a YSAC
You
package.
convince yourself
I want a
of stuff to
cage.
do.
Who? Harry?
You right here.
Me?
Have you been in a GT3 RS?
Yes.
Okay.
They're excellent. Hold on. They're
When he
excellent
gets a
cars.
GT3 RS,
Okay,
you
first
need
of
to
all, part of the reason
in the
why
passenger seat.
part of the reason why we're talking about this right now, and you're going because if we've been to the track a couple times. If we go more to the track, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. So there's a value there. I get that. Second, I've always had this idea with Porsche. Like it hasn't changed. They're excellent cars. They are. I've owned 3 Porsches. They're fantastic cars. The whole range of them. They're great. But for me, as we were saying with the electric car stuff, for me, it doesn't do enough for me. I look at a Porsche and I'm like, meh. Like, that's half of it right there. The exhaust, I'm like, meh.
For you, the only way for that car to do enough for you is on a racetrack. That's
I agree.
No, we get to the racetrack,
Totally.
we're filling up at the gas station, and the guy who works the gas station comes over, is bombarding him with questions about his Ferrari. I'm sitting there getting gas, chilling, exactly why I bought the Porsche, so I don't have to deal with that, and people coming and bombarding me. Oh, it's a Ferrari. What color is this? Is it paint? You had to deal with that for 10 minutes, but I was just pumping my gas.
But I was still pumping my gas.
Exactly why
One,
I did what
it didn't bother me. Like, people don't bother me.
See that? It just annoys me. I'm trying to. Like,
Two,
I don't care.
it's less about the people. It's less about the people. Like, I would be bored. Like, if I walked up to the gas station and saw those two cars, I would look at your fucking car because I've seen 80 of them that same fucking day, and there'd be nothing exciting about it.
I have not seen a GT3 on the road.
You don't see
driving.
GT3s.
You don't live in Buckhead anymore.
I live in an area that has just as nice.
I see
nice
5
cars.
a day. I see 5 a day.
You do not see 5 GT3s.
I see
a day.
5 GT3s a day.
There's not that many
like the
GT3s.
viewer today, so I just need some pop.
There's
There's
literally only literally 5 GT3s for sale.
Porsches are fantastic cars. They're probably one of the best all-around cars on the planet.
Good.
But they don't do shit for me. They just don't do it for me. They just don't. I'm not sorry about it.
When I come out and look at it, I'm like, damn, that's hot.
Yeah, and I come out like fucking lame.
There's
Yeah, and
something
you drive a
about
bright blue
I
Ferrari.
think you'll agree with me on this.
Exactly, I love it.
There is something
And an
about
orange rolls.
that low-key beauty. It's like low-key beauty.
But low,
Those
see, and
cars
that's
have.
that makes sense.
See, people,
I don't like low key doesn't excite me though in a car, and I want to be excited by a
There's something
car.
about when you can be low-key but also be like flashy.
Yeah, I got other cars for that too. I just don't want to be that.
Really?
That's more of a vibe.
None of your cars are low key
My
besides
X7
your wife's
is low
car.
key. My Tesla in the garage is low key. My lake truck, my lake truck is low key. My Raptor was
But
low
I'm saying
key.
low key, but like a flex at the same time.
What?
It is.
That's what he was saying.
It is.
No.
People
It
who
is.
know what a GT3 is know.
Oh,
what
are
it
they
is.
talking about my cars? Like, they're not
No,
like,
no,
yeah,
I'm
okay,
saying
okay.
the
No, he's saying we're saying none of those cars are
Yeah.
low key, but a flex at the same time.
Yeah, they're
Which
just.
I don't care. I know
you don't care about
I don't give a fuck
flex.
about the flex. I
Yeah,
don't care. I hate it.
Yeah.
And that's why I did what I did, and that's what. But if I get a GT3 RS that's lizard green, that's going to be
That's
the
pretty
same issue that I had with the Lambo. That's why.
See, that actually is one of the only ones I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool.
And there's like 4
'Cause it's
lizard
lizard
green ones
green.
for sale locally.
With the black carbon details and the stripes, that looks dope. Dude.
But there's literally 4 of those
Yeah.
for sale locally.
Exactly.
But I just
they're expensive and they're rare. Because I don't see them all the fucking time. But would I want to drive it every day? No. Would I want to drive the track? Hell yes.
I'm telling you, I see GT3 RSs just as much as I see GT3s. Like,
yeah, that's about the
facts.
same. Yeah.
No, I see GT3s. I don't see as many GT3 RSs.
Okay, it's maybe
Yo,
two
I live in the
GT3s
land
for
where
every one RS.
GT3s live. It's all the old men live in where I live. And the
There's
people.
a lot of them here.
Yeah,
No, but
I see them
Buckhead,
every day. Every day.
You know what? The point is they're
There's
everywhere.
no way that you guys
Wherever
are
we
being
are.
true because we
I
drive
live
all the
here
time.
too,
we
and I
never see
really
them.
do not see
You
them.
don't drive.
Yeah, but I'm riding in the passenger seat of
Irrelevant.
other people's cars. I still can look out the window. And if I see a GT3, trust me,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
pointing
gonna
it
freak
out.
out.
I want one.
Because like I remember we were in my GTR and we saw a GT3 once and we went and did like a pull with it in Buckhead. But I was trying to think back like how many times like you really don't see them that often. It's like it doesn't make me feel better the more I see them, but I
See two
genuinely
in a
don't
day.
see them. What?
You might see 2 in a day.
Depends how much you're driving. But yeah, I agree. If you go out a couple times, you'll see 2. I agree. If you're out all day, you'll see fucking 10.
I don't.
But that's the issue I have with it, period. Like, I don't want to see 1.
I see one every day.
I saw
my
one
neighbor
every
has
so
one.
high.
So
Maybe say like 4.
No, I don't want to
Instead
see
of 10, because you like
I
as
would
soon as
pay
you go from
$100
2
to
to
send me
10,
10 different
it's like I
GT3s in
can't
the same
listen.
day.
I can't listen to anything you're saying because it's like you did not see 10.
I will
It's
literally
like
give you
you might have
$500.
saw 4, but you didn't see 10.
I was exaggerating. It was,
I know.
It was
but you
hyperbole.
can't over-exaggerate.
It was
with me.
hyperbole.
Like-
What I'm saying, though, is that you see a lot of them.
All right,
That's what I was saying.
pause.
You see a lot of them.
How about
You see a lot of them. You see a lot of them.
if you
How many Aventadors do you see? Any Aventador.
One.
Any
I
type.
see Aventadors all
One.
the. Oh, we see red one. When
See,
I go to
see
Buckhead, I always see
Christian's
Aventadors.
SVJ all the time.
Okay,
He drives.
fair.
The purple SVJ, the red S.
Yeah, the fact that you're talking about
White
the
one.
individual ones, you know who they are, is the point.
The baby,
Like,
little baby, whoever.
No,
but that's my point, is that they're much more of an event to see, and you notice it, and you're like, oh, that's cool. Not that
Yeah, because
notice-
I'm like, oh, they're trying to rev through the
Yeah,
shops, trying to flex.
What he just said is when I'm riding around, bro, if I see a GT3, I'm saying like, yo, there's a GT3.
Right, and I'm saying, oh, there's another fucking GT3.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am, every time.
He just said,
Another
fuck
GT3.
Harry.
I don't give a fuck. This car's made me 50 times happier than my Lambo did.
And that's
all
great.
day, and I love it.
Yeah,
that's the thing about it.
It's not, but it's not about like my opinions on your car. Like you should absolutely buy whatever car makes you happy.
Yeah, and that's why I did that.
I'm just defending the fact that I can have a cognitive dissonance of knowing and agreeing that Porsche GT3 RS is a fucking amazing, perhaps perfect track car. But I don't want to fucking own it. It does nothing for me, right? So those are the two things. Like, it's boring, I don't want to buy it, but I would totally fucking drive down the track. But would I still rather have a different car that I drive the track and enjoy every fucking day? Absolutely.
For the
all day,
price
every
point,
day.
too, I know there's so many, like, you can get a 720 for the same price as GT3 RS. So it's like
720 is cheaper now.
Yeah, well, you can get it for like and the 250
the 720
and less.
Though, the issues, it's like you're gonna have a Christmas tree dash versus you go
Do the trim, the
It
trims
has
be
GT3
falling
on the
off.
track.
Like I would agree that the GT3 RS is 100 times better buy than that.
Oh yeah,
100 times.
But you would
However,
buy a
I would
720
exactly.
all day,
I would
right?
buy
You
a
know
720 over. It's exactly right.
All day, yeah.
100%.
he's gonna be out there on the
100%.
track in the 720 in the
Broke
gravel
down.
pit.
Fine, but I'd be more happy overall,
Contact.
despite how unhappy I would be about the McLaren ownership, because I don't. I mean, it's a great.
Last
it's a great
question
car.
about Porsches. We've been talking about Porsches for a while. GT2 RS. I know it's whatever, but think about
It's
the
the same thing as
power.
the GT3 RS.
700
Yeah, it's insane.
horsepower.
GT2 RSs are insane.
Same car.
That's insane. That's insane.
I got in the one.
I don't see a lot of those, by the way. I see one, maybe two every couple of months.
A couple in Buckhead.
Yeah.
I saw a black one.
The
I've
one
seen
that was all black.
Peaks and like. That's,
Yeah, I've seen a white one. Yeah, I can think of maybe 3 or 4 in the last 6 months.
Yeah, I've only
But
seen
they're
a
also
handful.
very expensive, and people don't drive.
No,
Porsche
but
just-
they give them back and they make money on them.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
People just buy them to make money on
If
them.
I
Yeah.
had that car, I would have that car forever. There's no way I would.
It wouldn't be
get
a
rid of
bad
that car.
idea. I mean, I think before 2030, which is when a lot of the restrictions come into play in the States, Europe is already starting, but it's going to be more and more difficult to find a naturally aspirated car. I mean, and Porsche is not the same category, but it's what got me thinking about it. Like, I'm going to buy some of those kind of grail cars and keep them fucking forever,
I
because
really should.
you're going to go more electric, more hybrid. I want to keep
You
that.
buy a 997 GT3 RS, ooh, you're making red. I mean, if you made it a while ago. Older Porsches, I was looking at some of like 95s. Those are $200,000.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like any of those old Porsches, not even like a
Insane.
GT3, it's like a turbo. Like,
Yeah.
And so all of those cars are appreciating in value. My car I paid right around sticker for it. They were asking 10 over, right around sticker for it, and it had 2,000 miles. The GT3 RSs are like, the ones that I'm looking at are like 40K under MSRP, which is fine. But if you think I'm not going to have it for 15 years, but in 15 years, that car is probably going to be worth over.
We don't have a car for more than a year. When was the last time you kept a car for more than a year?
I think if I would have got a GT3 RS, I probably would have kept it more, but I don't know if I would have.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
I
you had
needed
the
to
RA
get
for
into the
like 8
GT3.
months.
No, or not for a year
over
and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, a year and a half.
Yeah, I got it in like August, and I got rid of it in. Go
It
ahead.
was a little less than a year.
No, it was over. Oh yeah, but it was over a year. It was in between there.
Yeah, I was
but
gonna
that
say
was the
over a
longest
year.
car I owned, and I was gonna keep that, but I don't know.
I think the longest car I've owned is my Raptor, and that was maybe 3.5 years. The longest I've ever owned any car.
Red
3.5
Mustang was probably the longest car I owned.
How long was
My
that?
Mustang.
Probably like 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
I had my first Mustang, V6 Mustang for 3. Then I had a F250 for.
Well, you've had this Mustang for 5, so it's already the longest one.
yeah.
Steve, what's the longest car you ever kept?
My Infinity. I had
For how
it
long?
For like 9-10 years.
Wow, really?
That's a
Wasn't
long
that the one you started your videos in, like when you were sitting in your car, when you were in your Infinity?
No, that was the GTR already.
Oh, well, no, like way back, way
When you were still
back.
working at
Yeah,
your regular job.
yeah.
Oh yes.
That was the Infinity,
car,
okay.
that car, yeah.
Because I remember you sitting like in a shirt and tie on or something, and
Yeah.
like sitting in your
Oh, I think
car.
we watched
that was
some
my
of those,
favorite.
like,
Yeah, we
I had
did.
that car
Yeah.
for years. That was one of the
We were
best
trying to find
versions.
making him watch his oldest videos.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
watched that.
God.
So embarrassing for Harry and for Steve.
How long did you set the timer
How's
for?
it
Because it's
going?
never been an hour.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, I thought you did 30 minutes.
No,
I was just
no.
confused.
4 more minutes. Relax, Harry.
No, I didn't know if you.
Oh. Eric just texted me.
What's he up to? He was hanging out with Isaiah Photo yesterday.
Alright, I need to tell
Just
you.
said, "Let's go!" Excited as fuck.
I was
He was hanging out with Isaiah yesterday.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Shit.
I was trying to
It's
get
all incestual.
Eric to help out with that 100K.
I know,
but we
he
couldn't
told
come
me.
up with,
So by the way, guys, help a brother
Please.
out here. Nick really needs 100,000 likes on Harry's last video, because then Harry will give him the CPFM Platinums, which also
By the
I
time
want,
this
by the
comes
way.
out, it's not the last video because I'm supposed to do it tomorrow. So it's the video where I do a no budget challenge in a sneaker store. So
Yeah, that
20,000 likes right now.
You're ways away.
Well, if it
It ain't
gets
gonna happen.
25,000, I still get a sneaker. So get 5,000 more likes.
Oh, well, I thought you changed it to 100,000.
Well,
to
I
get
did
that.
the 25. I said if it gets 25,000, I'll do a challenge of I'll do like a minimum $10,000 no budget challenge, and Nick can get a shoe in that. But then he's like, oh, then I'm gonna pick the CPFMs. I'm like, no, I didn't say you could pick that. I said you could pick one shoe at like a store, not like a $5,000 shoe. You could pick like a $100 shoe.
I said that on purpose. It worked. Hey, you gave a
You gave a number, but it's
I know it's
high.
one of an impossible, but at least you gave a number.
How many?
I really
How many 100K like videos have you
I
had?
think there might be more, but
There's
to
like
my
3 or
knowledge,
4.
too. Oh,
Like the Dior one,
There's at least 3. It's got to be.
the fake Dior trade one,
my
the 100K mystery box one.
Then the 50K mystery box had it. There's probably a couple then, but
Yeah, I think it's 4 or 5.
handful.
but they've also got like 3 million views. That's why I say it.
They need to be like
If I
mega
would-
bangers.
If I wouldn't have said that, you would have never said that, and I wouldn't even have a chance at it. So
Well, I mean,
I love those shoes. I am obsessed.
I
with
actually
those
hit up Mo and see if he wants to buy those green ones.
I want the platinums. I just don't want to pay what you guys.
I'm gonna keep the platinums, I think, and
What
Mo
the
might have
fuck?
a buyer for the.
I wanted to buy the platinums because you had the green
Please
ones.
keep the platinum
God.
because
Yeah, I'll sell them if you pay a decent price, but you don't want to pay a decent price.
No one will. No one does.
Yes, they do. They're $5,500 on StockX.
That's not a
I'll work
decent
out a
price.
payment plan.
No, 4,000 is a decent price when they cost $5,500 to go buy them right
You
now.
know what? We should make a challenge for the CPFMs. We should make a challenge for that.
I don't want
I
to lose
really want those
4K.
shoes.
Well, but what if you could gain 8K? Uh-huh.
Risky. Nick's not
I
gonna get all
can't lose
that.
that much money. I just
But see,
need to
this is the fun, guys. This is like credit card roulette with fucking shoes.
Yeah, but as of lately, I keep having to pay for this dude's shit. So I don't know about.
it
all
was
that.
Chick-fil-A.
It's as you always say. It's the principle.
It is the principle. It's true. Nick doesn't like rolling with us when we play credit card roulette. Nick's like, hey man.
I mean, I do when I'm winning.
we were at. I felt bad. We were at the place, Gypsy Kitchen. Gypsy Kitchen, and
Yeah, but he was the one that had like 3
was
drinks
when we
and
were
8 food, and we
invested.
just had a drink.
you didn't have to pay for shit in Destin.
No, yes, I did.
Hunter
Yeah.
paid for lunch.
Hunter?
I
The
did.
one that
I
And your
paid-
dad and Steve, like you didn't pay for shit. What are you talking about? He paid for
Y'all
12
are
things. He
forgetting-
paid for 14
Y'all are
things.
forgetting. He paid for our hook and cook when we had that
Yeah.
fish that we caught.
Yeah.
But then when we were all lit as fuck
I
after
know.
Crab Island, and he had his big ass crab bowl,
Oh,
crab leg, and
That's
Hunter's.
right.
I ended up paying
That's
for
true.
that
Oh,
one.
but then your
It was
dad,
like
but then-
$260 bucks.
But didn't your dad help you out with that one, or did you?
No,
you
I paid
you
for that shit.
Oh, yes.
Nobody helped me out with that shit. So I was
I remember.
drunk off my
That's when we were on
ass,
when we
and
came
then
off
I
the
had
island.
to pay
yeah.
a $300 bill. I was like, "Are you fucking?"
That was
Hunter
the
was
sign-
nearly passed out
that was the
on the
I
table.
didn't even know who was gonna do that rule.
No,
That was
Hunter.
me. I was
No,
like
it was
this
him.
on the
It
table.
was you?
Yes, I
Oh
was
my
taking
God.
a nap at the table. And the next thing I know, it's like, Nick, you're paying.
Nick hates credit card roulette.
Dude, I was not
Yeah.
trying to do that.
I love it.
And then we did roulette for the Airbnb. We already talked about all that. But
Yeah. But see, so let's for the fucking Tesla video, I'll wager my 10K at shoes for it. Let's fucking do it.
For what?
I don't know. I don't give a shit. Let's go.
I'm willing to do something because I honestly really do want those shoes.
Oh no,
Like,
wait.
I love those shoes.
What I would be willing to do is if you gave me 4K of the shoes out of the box in exchange for those.
Man, don't be giving them to him.
But I'm
bro.
still buying. I mean, to me, it's still
Unless
buying.
you're gonna
It is,
do
but
something
you're not-
with me.
It's still buying
Yes,
4K
but you have to
shoes.
do something with those shoes regardless.
I'll do something.
All right, we'll think about it.
something.
I like challenges because I would much rather lose big or win big either way, and nothing in the middle.
I want to do
Fuck
it in
your
the middle.
mitigating risk shit, Harry.
like the green pair. If I can get 9K out of those, and I'd rather just put that into the new studio.
Here's what we should do. I should put 4K on the fucking table, and we have a challenge. I get to pick. You switch them around. It's the green ones or the platinum ones. That would be fun.
Then I'll lose my ass on the.
No,
camera.
oh, you know what? 5K, and then you either win or you lose a little bit.
They are exactly the same.
Exactly, and it's just a couple $1,000,
They're the same size.
and you could make more money on it, or you could lose a few K. But that's the challenge. Come on, these are great video ideas.
Title it. Come up with a title and a thumbnail.
I would put up $4,000 if I would do this. Here, this is an idea. I would put up $4,000 if you put both of them on the table, and I'm blindfolded, and if I pick out which one is the platinum, then you have to give me the platinums. If I pick the green, then I give you the $4,000.
Oh, see, that's exactly what I just described. That's exactly what I just described. I said
Oh,
$5,000 because
So
it doesn't hurt as much.
that's kind of crazy.
But that's what I just said, Nick. Everyone just heard it. I literally
yeah,
just
I
said
know, but I kind of like cleaned it up for you. I cleaned
No,
it up
that's
for
fair.
you.
That's fair.
It was fine,
cleaned it
but
That's fair. That's fair.
No, but you give me the
Can't take my
4K, but I
idea.
also give you the green pair.
No.
No.
It's literally like I get nothing
No.
or the silver pair.
Exactly.
And I have to
Yeah.
say
It's win or go home for him.
Yeah, it's win or go home.
I don't want to see Nick if he
Look,
loses.
no, that's good for you.
No, I
That's good
don't
for you
want to see
because
him if he loses because he
gonna
will.
lose. Good
be
content.
so-
It's good content. It's good
I'm gonna
content.
have a drink after that.
Okay, how about this? I will do it. I will do that. And if I win them, I'll sell them to you for less.
All right, I'm down.
I will do it.
Really need those shoes.
But see, the only thing I want to do is win big or lose big.
No, but you
No
you
bullshit
both
in the
taking
middle.
a risk though. You taking a risk of the shoe.
He's
You
taking a less risk. He either gives
Yeah.
up a shoe at face value, or
Yeah, just
he
lose.
gets $4,000.
Yeah.
on top. So for him, if you look at it, he's gonna
You win
net
anyway.
$4,000. That's his best case scenario. Worst case scenario is even. His worst case scenario is negative
Losing.
4,000
Yeah.
or even. So it's like this. This is Nick's risk. This is Harry's
I
risk.
should have said if I pick it, then I get it. If I don't, then I just pay you the 4,000 and still get the shoes. What I should have said.
That's what he was saying is like the
Yeah.
5,000 that he
That's why I was
he
giving the
either
5.
gets the green for 5,000 or he gets the
Exactly.
the
So I pay more for the platinum.
I got you. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, we'll work on that, guys.
This will
Anyway,
be fun.
thanks, Nick, for
Mhm.
stopping by the FLEXCAST.
Yeah, no problem, guys. I had a lot of fun. Like, we actually talked about some good stuff. Like, I'm down to do it again for sure.
By the way, for the record, the Porsche is probably the GT3 and GT3 RS. I just want to say this. It's probably one of the best cars on the planet ever made.
Nice.
Honestly. I just don't really, I'm not that excited by
All
them.
right.
That's it.
What made
All right.
what made you
We'll
guys
agree to
fall in
disagree.
love with it though? Like, what's the last
Race
first
is
time
on the
you saw it?
track, dude.
On the track?
Yeah.
and just I don't know
Just
the way it drives.
that car is out of the box is
You
unmatchable.
can beat the shit out of it and it's fun, even though I have to.
Yeah.
You can take it
What-
to the
you,
track.
you can you can launch it 30 times a day. The GTR, you're broken by the end of the day.
Oh no!
And they
I
void
was
your
just trying to
And they
explain
void your warranty the first time you do it.
You get to launch it 3
the
times for free.
first time I got to drive like a bunch of Porsche is Seinfeld. I used to work in a parking lot in New York, so I get to drive all his cars.
That's
So
Really?
we have a list.
No kidding. You drove Jerry Seinfeld's
That's
Porsches?
insane.
That's pretty cool.
A list.
Have you ever watched Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee?
Yeah.
Have you seen? You recognize some of the cars there?
Yeah.
Because I mean, he gets different cars. They're not all his cars.
Whatever he's parking, he's like, all right, here.
That's cool.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
So was he nice to you?
It's cool.
He's all right.
Fuck you, Steve.
Fuck
No,
you,
he was
Steve.
cool.
I hate
He's
you.
a nice guy, unless you're trying to do something to him.
Like
Yeah,
what?
be annoying. I mean,
Like
Who was trying to do
autograph? Like,
Oh,
whenever there's certain people, he's like, I don't know, he's like,
Trying to like fan
get away
out.
from me. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
You-
But
yeah.
other than that, yeah.
You never fanned out.
No, I knew who he was way after.
You've never seen Seinfeld, have you?
he said he didn't know who he was until after. Which
Until
is
after,
funny.
yeah.
So you
But
never
still-
you never saw Seinfeld,
The show.
the
The
TV
show,
show.
yes. Of
Oh,
course.
okay.
But I didn't like, you working, you're not paying attention.
He didn't
to
put
people.
2 and 2 together.
I was
I
trying to
mean,
make
I mean,
it
I am
that
Jerry
it would
Seinfeld. I'm
be-
paying attention.
Yeah. If
If The Rock is fucking giving me his car keys, I'm gonna pay
No.
attention.
I mean, that was like back.
Vin Diesel family.
I don't have friends, I have family.
You don't see the person until you see the car pull up. You don't see the person until they get like ready to
You,
give
you
you.
just
No,
not
I
look,
see
do you not look people in the eye? Is that it? Like you just like avert the gaze?
No, I'm always. I was working.
Hello, sir.
I'm done.
How do you not notice
No.
Jerry Seinfeld?
No, I didn't. Most of the time, it's cold in New York, so somebody got a hat on, coat on.
I don't-
trying to be quick.
I get recognized all day in a mask and a hat.
Yeah.
For real?
Well, by
Oh.
13-year-olds though.
Doesn't matter. At the
I'm just
skate
saying.
park, I was getting recognized.
They well, it's true. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. What happened at the skate park?
It was lit.
Yeah.
I fell like 3 times, but I also did a couple badass things
So when was the last time you guys skateboarded, by the way?
years ago. For me,
See, they went skateboarding
3
yesterday.
years ago.
And
And-
Harry was going to come to the show. Which, by the way, shout out to Hexus. I won $1,000 for best in show for the
The
Ferrari.
guy that doesn't need the $1,000.
That was muttered by somebody.
Of course, look at him.
Like
flexing
there was a bunch of
again.
people that are like he needs it, and I was like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
But Harry was going to come to that. And he was like, I'm going to go skateboarding with Nick instead. I was like, okay, like what the fuck?
It
That's
was
random.
lit though. It was so much
I
fun.
went back today.
He went back by himself before the cast.
Cute. You guys
We're going tomorrow.
reliving your younger
Yeah,
days
and
of
like
skateboarding?
honestly, being real, like I
you,
want to
you get your airwalks and put those on and fucking skate.
I was skating in these.
I know you were. I know.
My
But for real, I'm
$900
trying to
shoes.
get more active. Like I quit the drinking.
I know how much
recently,
they cost.
But being more active is definitely going to help with that. And like
Oh,
I'm trying to kill myself
guys,
running.
let's
So-
maybe right here.
Mm.
Will you please join my soccer team?
Your soccer team.
Yeah, I try to get Harry. See, look at Harry's face right now.
I like skating.
Look at this
better than
fucking
soccer.
face. I was like, let's go play in the
I'm not
league because
really
they just
the
started up.
best at
They started back up again. I was like, let's go
Last time
fucking
I
play
played
rec soccer. Recreational leagues. It's fucking fun, dude.
Last time I played soccer, I kicked a little kid in the head.
All right, well, there won't be
Sound
little
like a
kids.
psycho.
There won't be little kids, but
Not on purpose.
you guys want to
The ball
play?
was
Let's
just next
be
to
more
his head and I
active.
missed.
Steve, come on.
Let's go.
Steve's
I'm
down.
trying to be more active now, man.
Harry.
No.
I'll give you a solid.
Nick and I are going to
I'll give you
Woodward for a
solid
month.
maybe.
That's gonna be our
We're just gonna
soccer.
go to Woodward
Come
camp.
on.
Literally, we're gonna go to Woodward summer camp.
25 years old
on.
at Woodward camp.
We're gonna be gone.
All
Sorry.
right. Harry constantly disappointing me. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for stopping by. We appreciate it. Thanks to Nick.
Bye.
For Harry, Steve, and Haas, we're out.
Peace.
Oh my god.
That was really good.
Yeah, once you